Based on feedback, we have given more emphasis to our problem space and background research, specifically attempting to improve the design of the system to reflect these areas. Our background research was further extended by the interviews with potential stakeholders, as well as narrowing down our problem space. The space has been centered around the farmers' inability to utilize current yield estimation models due to their lack of technical understanding of the model and the software required to use it. This shifted the focus from the automation of financial management for those in the agri-industry to focusing on crop prediction, specifically helping bridge the gap between farmers and the technical understanding required to utilize current yield estimation models. Through interviews with farmers and financial advisors, it was discovered that collecting the required data for effective automated financial management was going to be difficult, as the majority of farmers do not keep detailed accounting information. The conceptual model has been adapted to the new problem space, with the focus now being placed on three parts: data input, estimation calculation, and the yield estimation information display.
The required data for each yield estimation model will be dependent on the plant type and region, as there is no one model that exists that can estimate all crop yields. The collection of data has been split into active, data required by farmers, i.e. crop type, and passive data that the system will retrieve, i.e. weather data. One goal of the system is to minimize the amount of effort required by farmers to collect and input the active data needed for an accurate estimation. The yield estimation will be modeled based on active and passive data. The model will be based on the crop yield and region, as well as the amount of active data supplied by the farmer. The main goal is to have a yield estimation for the crop, which can be used to calculate other important information, such as gross margin, at the farmer's discretion. The yield estimation information display will aim to display yield estimation data in a way that farmers will be able to understand. It will have a simple overview of expected results in conjunction with a more complex analysis of the crop and variables that have affected its growth. All this information will be easily exported to allow a variety of stakeholders to view the information and easily extrapolate the data and help make decisions to benefit the farm.
The stakeholders that interact with this system were split into primary, secondary, and tertiary categories. Primary stakeholders include the bank and farmers who interact and are affected directly by the majority of the system's functions. Secondary stakeholders include insurers and crop processors who don't directly interact with the system but are directly impacted by the decisions made by the primary stakeholders. Tertiary includes suppliers and the Bureau of Meteorology, who are stakeholders that are impacted the least by the outcomes of the system. The team reflected on its current understanding of the proposed problem space and found many areas that needed investigation. Stakeholder interviews also introduced many significant questions from experts in the field and potential users. Two significant questions that have been identified that require further investigation are: how can we build trust between farmers and our application? And will farmers be able to provide enough information to effectively utilize the system? To answer both these questions, the activities required include small-scale testing and interviews/evaluations of prototypes. Small-scale testing will allow us to build trust of our product while also evaluating the amount of information available firsthand, while interviews/evaluations allow for farmers to voice their own concerns.
Questions have been derived from the background research to identify the best solution for each part of the conceptual model. For data input, the main question that guided the research was how much data collection would farmers be comfortable acquiring, which was based around our discovery that different estimation models have different initial input requirements to be effective. Activities used to answer these questions were surveys and interviews with farmers, where the aim was to see how willing farmers were to collect certain data points, such as crop genotypes. We have identified a large variation in the amount of crop data that can be supplied. These findings have implication for the design of both the data input page and yield estimation model, which will have to accommodate for users with a wide range of data capabilities. The user interface was iteratively designed throughout the interview process, with each influencing the low-fidelity prototype. Its design is based on the functionality requirements for intuitively displaying the system's calculated information. When managing a team using a dynamic approach to planning, it requires constant communication between all members. This has proven to be difficult due to the exacerbated extremities such as working from home due to COVID-19, as well as team members having various amounts of interest regarding the project. To mitigate this issue, a team charter was created to enforce communication and attendance. The research process has been affected by the reduction in interviews due to the restrictions. This is a potential risk for the design team, as they have a reduced pool of individuals to interview which accurately represents the stakeholders. Moving forward, the Gantt chart has been updated to show milestones and deliverables that the team should be reaching in order to finish the project effectively and efficiently. There are 4 milestones and 6 deliverables in total.
Thank you for listening.